on. All right. Well, it's Wednesday. It's Pastor Talk, and we're having a good time. I'm not going to tell them what we were actually
No, please don't.
No, we're actually talking about what a great church we have. We were talking about, we don't really put pictures out there very much of what happens on Saturday night. So a lot of people don't know. They're like, oh, it's a dwelling. But it's super cool.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of went into Saturday night not knowing exactly what we wanted it to look like, but we wanted it to be a source of hospitality and worship. And so it's really become kind of a unique time to gather people in the fellowship hall. And so, yeah.
So if people this summer, especially if they're looking for another opportunity for contemporary worship, they could come. It's very casual. And so like we have the same music, but then we have this time of food and like the people are like hospitable to the nth degree bringing food.
Well,
do we have any pictures of those, Damien, of the food? Oh, well, wait a minute. We also have this. Okay.
That's our staging.
So that's our stage. So recently, John Campbell made those backlights, like literally just made them and then worked with Damien a little bit. They move. And they changed colors, it's really, really cool. There's like an open view of it, and you can see like the hanging lights on there. So it's a neat. It feels different. Yeah. Look at the food.
Yeah.
Like these are just a few of our hospitality. There's different people who sign up every week. I mean, this is no joke.
Yeah. So that's that, and that was the 3rd of July or the 2nd of July.
Yeah.
Or the first, yeah. Anyway, so that was, and then you don't even see that they had hot dogs and chili that they also brought.
Exactly. Like just there you insane. Can see. I mean, this is literally Saturday night. You need to come hungry because they're always like, here, take this, eat this. Don't leave without, so come hungry. But literally, I love it. It's 6 p.m. And then sometimes we have testimonies and we have prayer. And
the music is exceptional, as you already said, because we're the band is kind of leading us into Sunday mornings for 9:30. So
I keep thinking we need to like show pictures of what it's really like there. And then what do we say? We have like 40, 50 people ish.
We're running somewhere between 40 and 50. We had 45 this last weekend.
Yeah, and that was on a holiday weekend. So, but if you want to come hungry, and then you could sign up for hospitality or whatever.
The hospitality is interesting because we were worried. Remember when we first started, you and I were worried that we wouldn't have anything.
Yeah.
So we asked about the popcorn machine that the church had, and so the preschool loaned us. So we started out, it was just popcorn, and then people just kept adding. And now, slowly but surely, the popcorn has kind of gone away because we have so much else.
So much. I know Tom Schaefer, sometimes he'll bring his mother's recipe for deviled eggs, and anyway, come to Saturday night. It's fun.
Come hungry for the word, come hungry for food, and
we take
come hungry
time,
for fellowship.
Like, in the middle of the worship service. Yeah. Like, we take the time to do that.
That ought to be our little tag, come hungry.
Yeah, that could be it.
Yeah.
We have multiple kinds of bread. So the other thing that I just want to like revisit again are, how we were tortured during VBS by the children.
Fortunately, as we always do, we managed to uphold the dignity of the pastoral office and make sure that there was a deep level of respect for us. I think we actually have some shots of us upholding the dignity of the pastoral office.
Look at how much they have put on you.
It's really amazing how much small children can do to one adult.
Oh, and how they get into it. Now, so there I am. And they apologized when they were putting it on me. They're like, I'm sorry, Pastor Patina. I'm like, she took it off. Oh, look at your face. You are really.
I look like Hannibal Lecter.
You do. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there's Garrett doing a selfie. Yeah, and I can't even move. That was insane. Yeah. I was afraid it was going to be like my hair was going to get, I did the, and they're trying to put it over my eyes.
So, the great thing about that is that the backstory of that was that the leaders had organized a penny war between the boys and the girls, and whoever collected the most was supposed to, get taped to the wall. And we did it all for our mission partners from the Orlando Rescue Mission, the Florida United Methodist Children's Home, and Hope Helps. And so we ended up with over $1,500, and somehow we ended up tied, thanks to Carl Klein.
Thank you, Carl. I tried to break that tie with a nickel, but the boys wouldn't have it.
Yeah, you missed the deadline. So we both ended up taped to the wall. Very fun.
Yeah, that was fun. It was great.
So the other thing that was really cool that night, Larry and Vicki Smith, as they always do, said, "Hey, we would love to have everybody have Chick-fil-A." So they brought Chick-fil-A for almost 400 people.
Yeah, there were a lot of people there.
Yeah, everybody that signed up, they just made sure they brought enough food. So Larry and Vicki, as always, just so wonderful to our church family. It was a great week. We had like 300 kids, 100 volunteers. I mean,
it was crawling. I think we need to do the church clap song though in church. Because that is my cup of tea right there. Yeah, let's do that. Those kids were so cute on that song.
They were very cute.
So we had something dropped off in the church outside.
So I was heading over here to do pastor talk, and somebody pulled up, and they just said, "Hey, can you get this into the food pantry?" So I thought I would bring. We have 3 pantries that our church supports. The Lawton Elementary Pantry, even during the summer. We still make donations to that. And then also the Palm Valley for some of our seniors that have some food instability issues there. And then we, as always, we do Hope Helps. So somebody dropped off, but these are just some of the things that folks bring to donate. Just regular cereal, Cheerios, kind of a Publix. So some brand of cereal is good to bring.
Let's move this over there. Yeah. There we go.
And then just staples, something like tuna, peanut butter. They put that in there. And then some rice, jasmine rice, that happens to be. But any kind of boxed rice, rice-a-roni, those vegetable, this happens to be green beans. And then some peach halves. So literally somebody could have a whole meal if they just had bread or something. But our church literally does just a beautiful job making all that happen through the summer. And so just a great reminder, I just happened to be walking by and they came by and dropped off 3 or 4 bags. But that's just one of the bags that I grabbed. So thank you guys for doing that.
Yeah. Well, and I know that I was reading if you don't get this, on Sunday mornings, our bulletin, the blessing bags that we have assembled by our youth ministry, they're available in the church lobby. So just so you know that. And also the Orlando Union Rescue Mission, are we past it yet? No. They'll be driving on out there Monday, July the 17th. So serving dinner out there.
Oh,
so everybody,
it's a Monday.
Yeah, it's a Monday. And we meet here. I was looking to see, we serve from 4:30. Yeah, we meet here at 3:30. So anyway, lots and lots of really good stuff going on. So can we talk about love?
I think we have been talking about love quite a bit, actually.
We've been talking, and what did you say? The opposite of love is not hate. You said that last week.
It's the opposite of good is not evil. The opposite of evil is truth.
Yes.
Yeah. So Paul, because we always think of good and evil. Paul says, do not delight in evil, but rejoice with the truth. So he compares and contrasts evil and truth.
I mean, if there's one takeaway, there are many takeaways that I had from that, but that to me was like, it kind of adjusts my thinking somewhat, because we get these things that's why reading the Bible is so important.
Yeah. Because
you see stuff like that and you're like, wait a minute. So how does that apply to me? What have I been thinking is,
Most of my life, and it's not wrong thinking, but most of my life I've learned and heard in churches that you're supposed to be this force for good in the world that contrasts and, against the evil. And Paul says it's more than just being good, it's being truth. It's living out truth in a godly, loving kind of way. So that was just it's that next step. Mm-hmm. It's like, people don't have to be faith-based to be good, but you have to have a faith to know what truth is. And so,
absolutely. Yeah. I have to admit and make a confession that when you began talking about it, you said it does not delight in evil. Shauna, my daughter, if you don't know who she is, she turned around and looked at me because she said, like, I have the sickest sense of humor. So if you know that, if someone trips and falls, I don't mean to if they're not hurt, then I laugh.
Right.
Or if crazy things happen to somebody, I'm laughing. And she's like, you delight in evil. I'm like, no, I don't.
Yeah, and I did. I took us down a bit of a rabbit trail by talking about, the whole nature of, we do. Our sense of humor sometimes is built around. I talked about the roadrunner versus the coyote and how we sort of delight in the coyote's destruction.
Yes.
But taken to the extreme, that's where we get ourselves into trouble, where we really do want someone that has hurt us to meet hurt in their own life. And Paul says we're not those people. And
when you check yourself, if we're all honest, it's really hard. If you've been hurt by someone, when something bad happens to them, as an example, that you're just not back in your corner going, well, they deserve that. Yeah. I'm glad that, or whatever. I mean, I'm not denying that I've had feelings like that. It's like, well, look how so it's just like this whole series has been, check your heart kind of thing, look at yourself. It's not to look at other people.
Right.
It's to look at inward.
Right. And it is, and we've said this multiple times, 1 Corinthians, the whole design of the letter is for the body of Christ, the church, to examine itself. It's not our critique on people outside the church.
That's right.
It is, who do we want to be?
Yeah. What
do we want our lives to look like? And that's challenging.
It is. And we're going to be doing some really great stuff in speaking of the church, because the church isn't just our community of faith, but it is the extended community of faith. And we're going to be going to Kentucky, and we're leaving on Sunday morning, and we're driving and, in the middle of nowhere. I hope and pray we get there. But I think it's going to be really, really awesome. We're taking 2 large vehicles with a bunch of people, and we don't even really know what to expect.
Yeah,
but
we've got some people meeting us up there that are going ahead, and we got some supplies, and we're going to see what God has in mind after a very early departure Sunday morning, and somewhere between 10, 12 hours we estimated.
Yeah,
driving.
I'm saying it depends on how many complainers are in the mix.
We may find out what godly love really is
in our own vehicles.
Somewhere on that drive.
Yeah, I think we should do a competition. Which car is going to get there?
Yeah. Well, I can tell you from trips past with our church that if anybody falls asleep on the drive, they're going to take pictures of you, because I still have some pictures that they took of me.
And they're not good pictures.
Yes. No, they're
As a
not
matter of
flattering.
fact, I should send one to Damien right now.
No, I don't think we have time for that. Yeah.
Yes, and if you have the Snapchat filters, they're a ton of fun for these kinds of things. So that's all I have today. You want some cereal? Let's have a little breakfast in the afternoon. But listen, we're glad you guys are tuning in. We know it's the middle of summer. I know many of you are gone and on your own family vacation and trips, and we're just really glad that you're still tuning in. Maybe you're going to tune in later, but we're still here. We love you guys. Praying for your safety. We're sponsored by Publix, But listen, you guys have a great week, and we'll see you. Well, church is still happening. Ecel's preaching.
Ecel's preaching.
So, but we'll see you in a couple weeks. See ya.
your mercy never fails me. All my days I've been held